everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Lynn. If not, welcome back. We've gone horizontal today because I needed more screen space because we're doing a comparison video today. Here in front of me are 3 different obscuras that I have in my collection. I do not have the regular Hoya obscura that is just the regular green form. In general, I don't have a lot of space, so I tend to get rid of species or plants that I don't enjoy or that I don't treasure over other species that I have in my collection. So here are 3 different obscuras that I really love and I am so excited to share with you today. Okay, so I just moved the other 2 obscuras out of the way so we can really look at this baby. So this is the Hoya obscura albo. It's not a regular white on green type variegation, it's more of a green on green type variegation, but if you look at it, it has a dark green center with light green veining and light green margins. I find this to be a lot more striking compared to the regular Hoya obscura. So my growing conditions for this plant is 65 to 75 degrees Fahrenheit indoors, ambient conditions, so this is not in a cabinet or anything like that. It's under a bright grow light, but I kind of hide it amongst other bigger plants so it gets filtered medium strength light. I kind of chose that for this plant because I want the leaves to be dark and glossy, as you can see. But because I made that decision, this plant grows really slowly for me. Well, not super slow like a Calistophylla level slow, but it is pretty slow when I compare the rate of growth with my other 2 silvery obscuras, which is strange because look at how much green is on this plant. I first got this plant as a one note 2 leaf cutting, so these are the 2 original leaves, and it rooted up really fast and it churned out a lot of growth pretty fast. And I thought to myself, well, I'm gonna just chop up here and then trigger a bunch of branching in the rest of the plant like my other obscuras do. But this plant just never branched for me. Look at that, it's just one stem, it just never branched. And it's growing out a new growth point exactly where I chopped it. So that experiment is kind of a fail, but this is still a beautiful Hoya and I would still recommend this, especially if you like green on green variegation. But if you don't like green on green variegation, if you think that's kind of lame, then this Hoya is probably not for you. So what am I growing this Hoya in? This Hoya was rooted in Fluval and I recently posted a brand new video about propagating in Fluval. If you're interested, I'll link it in the description box down below. I propagated this plant in Fluval and then I transferred it into a semi-hydro closed container setup in full lacquer. And I also have a tutorial video on transferring your Fluval propagated props into a semi-hydro setup and I'll link that in the description box down below as well. But yeah, it's a beautiful Hoya. I cannot recommend it enough. It's very relaxed, but beware, weirdly enough, pretty slow growth. Although that might be my fault because I put it in like a medium light setting because I like the leaves to be dark and glossy. So, do you have the Hoya obscura albo? If you do, I would love to hear your growing conditions and if you have any tips for me to make this grow faster. Other than more light, because I do want to keep the leaves kind of dark. But do share your experience and your feedback with the Hoya obscura albo. I would love to hear them. Next up in my obscura collection is the Hoya obscura silver. And here she is in all her beautiful glory. I am not a girl who is crazy about sunstress Hoyas, but this Hoya might have converted me just a little bit. I got very attracted to the Hoya obscura initially because of its beautifully silver leaves. So if you look at that sheen against the light, look how it's like frosty and silvery. Just so beautiful. And then and it sun stresses so easily too. You don't have to like blast it with like intense light for it to like develop this lovely blush on its leaves. It actually sun stresses pretty readily. And that is what I really enjoy about this plant. It just is so easy to take care of. It grows like crazy. And it's silvery and sun stressy. I don't know, it's just gorgeous. So for this Hoya obscura silver, I grow it in a soil mix. So it's not in a semi-hydro setup. This is in my chunky soil mix. I have perlite in it, I have cocoa chunks in it, regular soil, regular perlite, basically like an extremely loose mix because I am an overwaterer. So you need to create a soil mix that works for you and maybe in a future video I'll share with everyone my soil mix. So this particular Hoya obscura grows in indoor conditions, ambient, not in a cabinet or anything like that, under really bright grow lights, because I just wanted to sun stress it against that silver. The temperatures are 65 to 75 degrees Fahrenheit. In summer, maybe it might go up to 80 degrees Fahrenheit. But otherwise, it's just an indoor dwelling Hoya, and it's very relaxed. I first got this Hoya as a 2-leaf 1-note cutting. I want to say back in March or maybe April. And I've already chopped this 3 or 4 times to encourage branching and all of that. And look at how full this plant has become for me in that short period of time. It just branches like crazy. If you have a Hoya obscura that you are trying to root out or that you're growing from a tiny little cutting, I highly recommend letting it grow up to like 3 or 4 notes tall, and then chopping it in half, propagating the other half, and then have the main plant branch out like crazy. And you know, your new propagation can be rooted and then repotted back into this plant. But believe it or not, this entire pot of Hoya obscura silver is just one plant. So if you look back here, that is just one stem. All of this is from pruning it and encouraging branching. And this is what I love about the Hoya obscura silver. It just branches so beautifully and it grows so well. It's silvery, it's sun stressy, and it's honestly a really fast grower for how much silver are on these leaves. So I cannot recommend this enough. The very last obscura I have in my collection is the Silver and Cryptic Chrome. So a lot of people, including myself, constantly debate if they need the Cryptic Chrome if they already have the cheaper obscura silver, and my answer is yes, you do, especially now when the Cryptic Chrome has dropped in prices like crazy. It's, I would say, a quarter of what I paid for like this, for like a 1-note 2-leaf cutting back in the day. So this is the perfect time to collect both the obscura silver and the Cryptic Chrome. So the Cryptic Chrome over here, I got at the same time I got the Hoya obscura silver, which I have right here. I got these both 1-note 2-leaf cuttings at the same time, and look at how much faster the Cryptic Chrome has grown in that same amount of time. I mean, one is, I guess, bushier and the other one is just taller. So I cut this Cryptic Chrome, I want to say twice to encourage branching and growth, and it has been amazing. It behaves just like the Hoya obscura silver, and it has been branching like crazy for me. So if you look up here, there are all those branches over there. And this Hoya is different enough from the obscura silver that I do recommend owning both. So the obscura Cryptic Chrome is very creamy in its silver. It's not a speckly silver. If you can see on the screen, it's a very creamy, delicate kind of silver, and I just think it's gorgeous. It's very different from the Hoya obscura. The Hoya Cryptic Chrome also sun stresses beautifully, just like the Hoya obscura, but as you can see, because of that silver frosting, how different it is on top of the leaf, it sun stresses differently. So the Hoya obscura sun stresses to like a darker russet brownish red, and this is more like a red pink, I want to say, like a burgundy. And I just think it is so beautiful. It's different enough from the Hoya obscura that I love both equally. I think they're both gorgeous in their own way, and they just both grow so well for me that I have to recommend both. So for the Hoya obscura Cryptic Chrome, I grow it in the exact same conditions as my Hoya obscura silver. Both of them are grown in a soil mix. They're in the exact same soil mix, in the same growing conditions, not different in any way. They're just on different shelves. So I promised a comparison video between the Cryptic Chrome and the obscura silver, and I have taken some very close up shots of both of these plants, so you can really see what I mean when I say that the splashing is different, the sun stress coloring is different, and then you can decide which one you like better Or if you want to collect both, if you have the Cryptic Chrome, you might be wondering if it's worth it to collect the silver and vice versa. But personally, I would collect both because they're both so different and so beautiful in their own way. So I'm moving to the side of the screen now so I can put up the picture over here. If you look at the Cryptic Chrome, it has this nice, creamy, consistent silver splashing all over the leaf. It's not glittery in any way, it's just like a layer of frosting that goes over the green of the leaf. And if you look at the sun stress, it also is muted in some ways because of that thick layer of silver frosting on top of the leaves. Compare that with the Hoya Obscura Silver, and you're going to see that the silver splashing is so different. On the Hoya Obscura Silver, you almost have like a speckling of silver over the leaf. So if you look at the leaf, it's not a creamy, thick layer of silver splashing. It's a speckling, glittery like layer of silver splashing, almost as if somebody just like sprayed on the silver splashing. So the splash pattern is very different on both Obscuras. And because of that, I believe that the coloring when you sun stress these Hoyas also show up differently because of that difference in the level of splash. So on the Hoya Obscura Silver, as you can see in the picture, that silver splashing is speckly and that sun stress that is under that speckling comes out more. So the red looks darker and the splashing looks as if it was, sprayed on top of that red. So the coloring is very different. So if you're a sun stressy girl and you love that dark red type of sun stress, go for the Hoya Obscura Silver because that's the kind of sun stress that you're gonna get. But if you're like me and you're not a huge sun stressy girl, then go for the Hoya Cryptic Chrome. I think the sun stress is just so elegant and so muted, but also beautiful. Like you can tell that it's a sun stress plant, but it's not like every other sun stress plant that is just like bright red and like looks kind of bruised sometimes. I don't know how to explain it because I'm not a huge sun stress girl. So I don't get drawn to sun stress Hoyas, but this one in particular I love because the sun stress is muted, it's pink, and I can see that silver frosting on top. So I highly recommend the Hoya Cryptic Chrome. If you already have the silver, I still recommend the Cryptic Chrome. Now I'm going to have both pictures side by side so you can really take a second to compare them and see what you prefer, because honestly they are different enough that you could collect both. But if you're not a sun stressy girl and you're not into silver splashing that isn't like obviously in your face silver like the Wilbur Graves splashing, then maybe neither of these plants are good for you. But if you enjoy a fast growing plant that sun stresses, has silver splashing, branches like crazy, grows well in semi-hydro, grows well in soil, then this Hoya is definitely for you. Alright, we have come to the end of today's little show and tell. I hope you enjoy my small Hoya Obscura collection. I hope you've enjoyed the comparison between the silver and the Cryptic Chrome, and I hope that it has helped you to decide like what you want to collect. If you want to collect just one green on green variegation type plant, if you want to collect the cheaper version of the silvery Obscura, or if you want to collect all three because you just enjoy Obscuras like me. If you love Hoyas like I do and you enjoy hanging out with me talking about Hoyas and my Obscura collection today, please like and subscribe. So like this video and then subscribe to my channel. I will have more Hoya videos and more tutorials, and probably start thinking about showcasing some other plants I have in my home. I love orchids and I'm waiting for some of them to bloom before I make a video about them, but they're very close to blooming, so I'm very excited about that. And I also love sansevieras, so I will be pulling out some sansevieras soon for a video. If you're interested in that, let me know in the comments down below what you want to see. Now that I've been doing this for about 2 weeks now, and by this I mean the YouTube channel, I'm starting to understand and get into the groove and rhythm of planning for content, preparing for content, filming the content, editing the content, and posting the content on social media. I now have a better understanding of what I can commit to life-wise and time-wise for this hobby of mine. And I think from now on, I'm going to strive to release 2 long format videos every week and a bunch of shorts as the week goes by, depending on what happens with the plants and if there's something fun that I can showcase in a short, or like a tutorial that just like came into my mind and inspired me to film a short. So if you're interested in any of that, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I also have an Instagram page and a Facebook page, and you can find all of that in my bio and also in the description box down below. Have a great day, have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for spending your precious time with me here today, and thank you for hanging out with me while I talk about my favorite Hoyas. I previously filmed a goodbye, but I almost forgot. Please let me know what you thought about my Hoya obscura collection. Let me know if you have any tips for me, or if you want to share your experience in any way. And also comment down below or send me a DM on Instagram or something if there's something in particular that you want me to talk about or that you want me to showcase in my collection. If I have that Hoya, I will bring it out and show it to you because I love talking about Hoyas, if you haven't realized. Alright, bye!